All right, Thrive Nation, it is now time for yet another edition of
Wins of the Week!
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working.
You can do it!
All right, Thrive Nation, on today's show, we are celebrating the consistency, diligence, and quality of Witness Home Security. Now, you might be saying to yourself, who's Witness Security? Why do I care? Why are you taking my time to talk about a Tulsa-based home security company? Well, let me tell you the Witness Security story. You see, I met these guys about 3 years ago at an in-person Thrive Time Show workshop. And these guys are very good at installing Tulsa Home Security systems. That's what they do. And just like many people who've attended workshops, they had questions and we provided answers. And just like many people at the workshops, they have a real business that really does get the job done. They know what they're doing. They provide a real service and a real product that people actually need. And their company is called Witness Home Security. Again, they're a Tulsa Home Security company. And these guys, though, unlike many people, said, tell me what to do. And then they actually did it. And so on today's show, we have Jaron McKnight joining us. And Jaron is a relatively newer member of the team. Jaron McKnight, how are you? And welcome on to the Thrive Time Show.
Well, since I've been bothering you to get back on the show for a while, I guess if you bother you enough, I'm going to have a great time now.
How long have you been working with us here?
Started July 15th.
And explain all the things that you do up here so that the listeners out there kind of understand just a little bit about your background as it relates to working with us.
Oh, yeah. Well, starting my day, I wake up at 4 in the morning every single day, and I get up here by 4:30 typically, start reading until about 7. And at that point, when I first started, I did SEO. Got up to writing about 100 articles a day.
So search engine optimization.
That is correct.
Okay, great. And then so you start off on search engine row. And what all do you do now?
I moved up to the call center for marketing.
Yeah.
We help get new clients for the clients that come here up at the Thrive Time Show and work with us here.
So a lot of our clients need somebody who will make outbound calls on their behalf. Essentially great entrepreneurs who have a staff of 20 people or less. A lot of times maybe they work the trade show or they have a big event coming up or they have an influx of leads and they don't have the money needed to pay a full-time caller, $800 a week or $600 a week. And so they'll have our team make calls on their behalf. And so we'll make calls for a minimum of 10 hours a week for a client. And tell the listeners, how many calls do you make on average per day?
I actually looked this up the other day. I made 416 on average every single day since I started.
416 outbound calls, and how long of a day?
That would be a 7.5-hour day. And
give the listeners out there a list of some of the clients you've called on behalf of so far.
Yeah, so we've called for Whitlock. They do cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
We've definitely made tons of calls for a company called GenScripts.
Yep.
It's a pharmaceutical company here in Tulsa.
Yep.
I've called for, oh man, there's just so many.
GenScripts is a pharmacy in Tulsa. You've called on behalf. Have you made calls yet on behalf of Shaw Homes?
I have actually not been able to call
What
for
about
Shaw
J.
Homes.
David Jewelry?
I have not called for them either.
Okay, but you've made calls for people, and we do quality control calls where we'll call people to see if they're happy. You've done outbound calls. You've done everything there. And you're also shadowing me one day a week, sometimes one day and a half. And I want to get into today's topic as we celebrate Witness Home Security. Consistency, diligence, and quality. The sustainable success formula. If you said to me, Clay, what is the formula for success? I would say practical education. You need to have a skill to pay the bills, plus reputation. That equals compensation. And again, if you read Andrew Carnegie's book, The Gospel of Wealth, he teaches this idea. But practical education plus reputation plus compensation, that equals increased income for you and your family. That results in sustainable success. And so today's a client we're going to celebrate, their Witness Home Security, Witness Tulsa Home Security. These guys are getting Google reviews every week. Now, Jaron, you've shadowed me for a while, and from what I don't expect you to be a search engine expert, but you've read a lot of the material that we've required. You've read Start Here and the Boom Book, and
That's correct.
Why do all of the listeners out there have to do a great job every single time? I know it seems obvious, but why do all the listeners out there, why do the business owners, why do all the people out there, the Tulsa Home Security experts, witness security, why do they have to do a great job every single time?
Well, it's because it's the system. Systems work and fads don't. And so you have to do something every single week over and over again to become the best.
But what if they did a bad job? Like, what if witness security, and they don't, they do a great job, but what if they did a bad job some of the time?
Well, I mean, again, consistency has to be there. If you do a bad job sometimes, people aren't going to come back.
How awkward would it be for you as a coach, if you were coaching a client, you're leading them down the proven path I've created for them, if on the agenda it says, Jaron, ask the client, make sure the client, hold the client accountable to gathering one objective review from a happy client every day, if you knew and the client knew that their quality was terrible?
That would be a very difficult question to ask.
Wouldn't it be? I mean, it'd be almost impossible. It would be impossible. It would be intellectually dishonest. And so step number one, what does Witness Home Security do well? What do? One, they do a great job. And they do a great job every day, not just sometimes. And I can't tell you how many people over this past 12 years that I've been working with clients. Years ago, I worked with a window installation company. And if you're listening out there and this story is about you, get off the podcast. But this particular person, he would show up on time for the meetings half the time. Okay, but he was on time really good for about 6 months. So every week he would do a great job for the clients, and he would get great reviews from the clients that were happy. And then one day I got a mega complaint that came in because we helped manage his website, and a complaint came in, and the subject line said fraud.
Oh, great.
And so I call the client. I'm like, hey, did you take the client's money? And he says, oh, yeah, I did, yeah. Did you finish the job? No, I got this personal thing going on. I got this personal issue going on. I have not finished the job. So the next week goes by. Client doesn't show up to the meeting again. I call the client, hey, did you ever make that situation right? No, I accidentally misspent some of the funds, so I don't have the money needed right now to finish the project. So I'm going to take the money from the next project and use that to pay off that project. The old, that's illegal, by the way, but it's the old robbing Peter to pay Paul idea. And then over time, 3 weeks in, I'm going, hey, if you're not going to make it right and you definitely are getting leads, I can't work with you. And he says, excuse me? And I said, well, there's another bad review about you on Home Advisor that just came up and another one on House. So in the last, you were great for 6 months, but in the last, previous month, you've got 3 really bad complaints that you're telling me are true. What's going on? Well, then I find out that this man who started his company in his mid-40s actually was a guy who had gone out of business multiple times in different states under different names. And so he had a systemic commitment to jackassery.
Oh, that's good.
He was committed to starting and stopping calling his leads, starting and stopping paying his bills, starting and stopping showing up on time. He had a hard time with consistency. And I would tell you that if I met 100 people on the street, I could tell you that according to Forbes, only 9 out of those 100 people are going to start a company.
Only 9?
9 out of 100. Oh. So again, just to clarify, 9 out of 100 people are going to start a company. But according to Forbes, 90% of startups fail. So that means you have a 0.0081% chance of being successful. And you say, well, what is the biggest issue? The issue is very few people are consistent.
Oh, yeah, it's so true.
It's tough to be consistent. And the consistency, it's like the number one secret sauce to becoming a financially successful boss. And it's one easy step, but it could be impossible. It's like super easy, but super hard. It's like show up every day and do a great job. That's step one. And that's what Witness Security does. They do a great job on these Tulsa Home Security systems every single week.
But what about your sleep? You gotta sleep in, right?
And I can't speak to what Keith and Tyler do. I can tell you, though, these guys consistently get great reviews. And I'm assuming it's because when he's sick, he still shows up.
Oh, what?
No sick days? I think that when he doesn't feel good, he still honors his commitments. So I thought, why don't we spy on him and go to his map real quick, his Google map, and let's watch videos from some of his customers to see what they have to say about working with Witness Home Security. So here we go. Let me
What is your name and how did you first hear about Witness Security?
My name is Bill Davis. I heard about Witness Security through another program that I'm involved in.
Okay. And what problems did they solve for you?
Well, it gave me a peace of mind that I can either leave my business or my home, knowing that the alarm system is protected, that I have it on my phone, and I can handle business that way.
Awesome. Can you describe the experience of working with Witness Security?
It was an unequivocal, very wonderful experience.
So let me ask you this. Why, Jaron, is it impossible for somebody to sustainably get to the top of Google if you have to write content every day and gather real objective reviews from real people to get to the top? Why is it impossible for people that are not consistent?
Well, it's impossible because it takes a daily effort. You have to get up every single day and write that content. People are not going to find you on Google unless you daily update your content on Google.
And we couldn't get a good review from this guy because this guy would be unwilling to give a good review if he wasn't happy.
That is completely true.
Let's do it. Let's play another video on the Witness Home Security, on the Witness Tulsa Home Security Google map here. Here we go.
What is your name and how did you first hear about Witness Security?
My name is Rachel. Witness Security, the owners go to my church, and I had heard of their company through friends and family.
Sounds like practical education plus reputation equals compensation. They have a great reputation. These guys go to a local church. They'd heard good things about them, and we continue.
Okay. And what problems did they solve for you?
Mostly just knowing that I'm safe and secure with a full security system. Never had many problems before, but just knowing that I won't have any problems in the future is what I like about it.
Can you describe the experience of working with Witness Security?
They're fast, reliable techs. They come in, they came and installed the system pretty fast and in and out. Got everything on my phone, taught me how to use it.
Okay.
Real people who are really happy tend to tell other people. It is impossible to become successful if you cannot be consistent, which is why I want to praise Witness Tulsa Home Security. Think about this. These guys are consistent every single day. In every single way, these guys are getting it done. Are they perfect? No, but they honor their promise. What they say they're going to do is what they do, because the reputation plus the practical education equals compensation. That's what it is. You take practical education, a skill, plus your reputation, and that equals compensation. Let's watch another video on their Google map. Here we go.
All right. What was your first name?
My name's Todd.
And how did y'all hear about Witness Security?
We found you on the internet doing some research and saw that you were number.
Found them on the what?
The internet? Is that what he
Let's
said?
Let's listen to it again here. Here we go.
Witness Security.
We found you on the internet doing some research and saw that you were number one.
Saw that you were number what?
I think that was one.
Juan, let's cue it up again. Here we go.
Internet doing some research and saw that you were number one.
And then, what did y'all like about Witness Security?
Number one in customer service.
This guy decided to hire Witness Security because they were number one in the search engine results as the highest rated. Now, again, you could be the highest ranked in Google, but what if you're not the highest rated? What if you have bad reviews coming out the wazoo?
Oh, well, I think that you don't come up as number Juan anymore.
So I want to make sure we're getting this idea. Again, your practical education plus your compensation, your practical education plus your reputation equals your compensation. Your practical education plus your reputation, that is what produces your compensation. Now, again, everything I teach them to do, I teach them how to get to the top of Google. We launch online ads for them. We've helped them with call scripting, a lot of things. Nothing would be possible if Keith and Tyler and the Witness Home Security team did not do a great job. Let's play another audio. Here another video.
Go ahead.
My name's Kevin Williams. I'm the branch manager for Migrant Glass in Tulsa.
And then, what were your thoughts on the installation of the alarm system and camera system?
Witness Security was great to work with on the installation and all that. They were very helpful. They found out exactly what we wanted and took care of the needs when we had them.
And then, what were your thoughts on the actual service of the installation of the people that actually served you?
My thoughts on the people that served us, they're friendly people and always been right there when I called. When we had anything we needed, they were right there taking care of it.
Interesting that a guy who is happy would be willing to say positive things about the company that he's working with.
That's multiple people. It sounds like the same exact thing over and over again.
It sounds like the consistency and the diligence and the quality is what's allowing the system to work. But the system cannot work if you won't work. According to Maya Angelou, nothing works unless you do. The acclaimed playwright, the author, the actress. Nothing works unless you do. Think about this for a second. Andrew Carnegie, who was once the world's second wealthiest man during his lifetime, who began working at just the age of 13 years old for what equated to $35 a week in today's money, or $1.20 during the time he lived. Andrew Carnegie, look him up. Unbelievable. He says, as I grow older, I pay less attention to what men say. I watch what they do. Again, as I grow older, I pay less attention to what men say. I just watch what they do. As I grow older, I pay less attention to what men say. Wah, 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 wah. I just watch what they do. This is powerful. This is powerful. You know, one of our clients, Dr. Whitlock, asked our team to make calls for him this week. He's outsourced his call center to me. And therefore, he's entrusted me with his money in exchange for a service. So we track how many calls we make. We record the calls. Jaron, why do we unapologetically, openly, transparently record the calls and send the recorded calls to all the clients that we make calls on behalf of? Why would we do that?
I'm going to go ahead and assume it's so we can show that we are consistent with following the script. We're consistent.
And we got nothing to hide. You're right. We're consistent. We got nothing to hide. So I'm going to teach the listeners out there how to get to the top of Google. Very simple. There's a simple 4-step process. And if you go to thebestseobook.com, it's thebestseobook.com. If you'll go there, you can download my book. Again, my book is called Search Engine Domination that I've written with Jonathan Kelly. It's thebestseobook.com. If you go there right now, I'll give you time, thebestseobook.com. If you go there, you can download the ebook version of my newest book, Search Engine Domination. And if you open up to chapter 2 in the book, it walks you through the checklist of what you need to do. And I will paraphrase what you need to do. 1, your website must be canonically compliant. Jaron, why does a website have to follow all of Google's rules in order to rank highly?
Because everyone goes to Google for everything, and you can't change the way they do things.
There we go. According to Forbes, over 90% of people use Google to search for the things that the products and services they're looking for, to search for the answers to the problems they have. So your website must be canonically compliant. Now, 2, your website has to be mobile compliant. Jaron, do you want to speculate as to why websites have to be mobily compliant?
Well, I imagine that over 90% of traffic that you get on your website is probably from someone's phone. Do you have an amazing statistic to be able to back that
up? Forbes will show you right now that somewhere between 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10 people right now are using mobile devices to search for everything. Now, variable number 3, you must have the most objective Google reviews from real customers. Jaron, why could that be hard for somebody out there who has a Tulsa Home Security system but does not do a good job? Why could that be hard?
Well, you can't get reviews from people that are good if you can't do a good job.
Okay. Now, the most original HTML content. Back in the day, I told Keith and Tyler that in order to get to the top of Google, you guys need to write original content. And if you're out there listening and maybe you're doubtful that the system works, just Google search Tulsa cookies, and you'll see one of our longtime clients there, Barbie Cookies. Or Google search Tulsa men's haircuts, and you will see our the longtime business I own there, Elephant in the Room. Or just Google search, I don't know, let's do another one here. I'm going to search for Tulsa. I'm going to do a bunch of them real time so I can verify with you guys here. So I'm going to do Tulsa medical staffing. Let me do that one real quick here. And okay, there you see Trinity Employment coming up top. Why? Because they're consistently getting the most objective reviews, writing the most content. That's how it works. Look up Delricht Research. Look up OxyFresh. Type in carpet cleaning quotes, and you're going to see OxyFresh is number 1 in the world right now for the phrase carpet cleaning quotes. You could do a search right now for Tulsa. Let's do Tulsa Business Conference. Tulsa Business Conference. I'm in Tulsa. I have a business conference, and let's see if we can find us today. Maybe we look for conferences. Let's look it up here. And we're doing some Google searches here with the listeners right now. Okay, here we go. Let's do a search for that. Let's do a search right now for, I think Google's currently indexing our updates here. Let's do a search right now for Let's do satellite beach pizza. Well, let's do this. Let's do Dallas real estate photography. Dallas real estate photography. See if we can find full package there. And there we are, full package. We could do this all day, but the point is our clients get to be the top or near the top of all Google search engine results because they have consistency. Our system does not work for inconsistent people. So, Jaron, why would I meet with a client like Witness Tulsa Home Security every single week? And why do we talk about a lot of the similar things? Well, why do you think we always talk about gathering objective Google reviews, quality control? Why do you think we talk about that every week?
If you want to be number one in anything in life, you have to do things consistently. So every time that they meet you every single week and you go over the numbers of exactly what they performed last week to ensure that they're getting their action items done, to ensure that they're getting the reviews, to ensure that they're writing the content, that keeps them at number one.
So Witness Security. Everybody check them out, witnessllc.com. That's Witness Security. These guys are having no problem getting Google reviews and video reviews because they keep their clients happy on a daily basis. Remember, consistency is king. It's king.
First hear about Witness.
Let's hear another Google review that's on their Google map right now so the listeners out there can see the power of consistently wowing your clients and asking for objective reviews via video and Google.
How did you first hear about Witness Security?
My name is R.C. Greniger, and I found Witness Security on Google.
Awesome. And what problems did they solve?
Are you hearing a kind of a common theme here, Jaron?
Yeah, I heard the Google again.
Oh, let's continue. Here we go.
I moved into a new house that had an older system that was already installed, but I wanted to upgrade some of the technology and ensure that my home was protected.
Awesome. Can you describe the experience of working with Witness Security?
Yeah, I know. I think that going with a family-run business, you get a little more personal feel. You know, if you go to a big company, you find that it may take them several days to get out there, or you're not going to talk to a person. You have to click through a bunch of prompts, but I've always had a one-on-one.
Again, great customer service combined with consistently implementing the system creates success. Whether you have a Tulsa Home Security system business or you have a security system business based anywhere in the world right now, you have to be consistent. Here we go. Let's hear another review here from a Witness Security customer.
How did you first hear about Witness Security?
My name is Aaron Hunt, and I first heard about Witness Security. I was going out for an estimate with a client in Midtown, and when I walked up to her front door, I noticed that there was a security camera up above the door, and then she had a sign in the flower bed. So as I walked up to the front door, I spoke briefly with our client about Witness Security. She had nothing but good things to say about the company, and from there, I went online actually after that and did a search on Google and read a little bit about Witness Security to make sure.
So he went on Google and did a little research to make sure that Witness was a good company. And let's continue.
Sure that they were a legit company and read great reviews.
Good deal.
Read great reviews. Yet again, let's hear another video review from another client out there who are another client of Witness Security, another client of their Tulsa Home Security company. Let's hear what he has to say about Witness Tulsa Home Security. Wait for it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Feeling the flow. We're waiting.
William Beekler. I did some research, found you guys on the internet. I had some security issues, cameras, installed a full system. It's been fantastic. They're on the spot. Anytime power goes out or anything, they contact me, let me know what's going on with it.
I feel like there's somebody out there listening who's not yet sold on the idea that getting Google reviews consistently from happy clients works. Let's hear another video testimony from somebody who, again, Witness Security. Step one, they have to wow. You have to wow your customer, right? You have to have a practical skill, practical education. You have to be able to solve a problem. You need to have a real service or a real product. Step two, though, you got to build that reputation. Just little shovel load at a time. Build that mountain. Build that reputation mountain a shovel at a time. Just keep doing it daily. Build that massive thing called reputation. Let me go back to the beginning of this. This is another client of Witness Home Security, Witness Tulsa Home Security. Let's see what she has to say about her experience working with Witness Home Security.
I am Sherry Scarpa, and I first heard about Witness Security in my business networking group.
And what problems did we solve for you?
So the previous company that I was with had very slow response times, and in a matter of life or death situations, seconds matter, not minutes. And so Witness Security.
Again, they're praising the quality control of Witness Tulsa Home Security. Let's hear another one.
What is your name and how did you first hear about Witness Security?
Well, I didn't, but my wife did. And said she won't do this. It's her fault.
Okay, now you're gonna make me have to do it.
And what problems did Witness Security solve for you?
We got some kids sneaking out windows. That'll solve that. They'll let us know anyway.
Alrighty. And then...
Sounds like a real person. Let's do another video review for Witness Tulsa Home Security. Here we go.
What is your name and how did you first hear about Witness Security?
My name is Jeff Darr. Heard about Witness Security probably about 5-6 years ago through church. I heard that Keith Schultz was starting his own company.
There's reputation again, folks. That's reputation again. Again, Keith Schultz does a great job. That's why his Tulsa Home Security company is taken off.
And decided to use them.
Okay. And what problems did they solve for you?
Actually helped with our security as far as setting up.
Let's hear another one. Another Witness Tulsa Home Security customer. Let's hear what they have to say about their experience working with Witness Tulsa Home Security.
And your name?
Bill Dawson.
And how did you hear about Witness Security?
Well, I go to church with the guys at Witness.
And how do you like working with Witness Security?
They have always done a really good job for me. They have been on time.
Again, that's reputation leading to compensation. Let's do another one. Let's cue it up. Here we go.
Name and how did you first hear about Witness Security?
I'm Jim Beard, and heard when I was looking on the internet.
Looking on the internet, which he wouldn't find them on the internet if they were not consistently adding content and gathering reviews. Here we go.
I saw you on Google.
Okay. And what problems did we solve for you?
You had some break-ins and tenants that were dumping trash, and we've been able to identify who those people were. So
awesome.
That was very helpful.
Good deal. Can you describe the experience of working with security during the install?
All real friendly guys, all knowledgeable.
Jaron, these aren't paid actors. These are real customers who, again, on their agenda, it says gather objective reviews on video and objective reviews on Google from real customers, and every week Witness Home Security gets it done. They couldn't do it, though, if the customers weren't happy, could they?
No. And honestly, how good do you have to be as a random contractor that comes up to your home and someone says, hey, would you mind being in a video for me? How good do you have to be to make that happen?
You got to be really good, and that's what Witness Tulsa Home Security does. Here we go. Let's make you this up.
Basically, state your name and what you did for how you heard about Witness Security first.
Well, my name's Wayne Ney. I'm the owner of High Press Incorporated. And I know Keith because we go to church together. We've been friends for some time, and I knew when he started Witness Security, I just used his services to put surveillance around my business.
And then what problems did Witness Security solve for you?
Well, we had some issues with some vehicles out front. I have customers that keep their vans here when I service them, and Witness come in, put some security cameras up, put some signs up, and an alarm system in, and that helped reduce that problem.
Let's cue up another video. This is yet another happy customer of Witness Tulsa Home Security. Let me cue it up.
And what's your name?
Larry Baxter.
And how'd you hear about Witness Security?
My son years ago told me about Witness when you first started your business.
Yet another person sharing about their experience as a result of reputation. Here we go.
And your name?
Mark Mitchell.
And how'd you hear about Witness Security?
Off the internet.
Off the internet. And again, you can't be at the top of the internet unless you consistently add content every day and you consistently gather objective reviews. Jaron, you can't be top on the internet unless you're consistent.
You can't. It's impossible.
But you may try. Let me hit play. Let's hear the rest of this one.
And then have you liked working with Witness?
It's been great. They've installed quite a few cameras at 2 different locations for us, and we've been very happy with the service and the install.
Let's hear another one.
All right. And your name?
John.
And how'd you hear about Witness Security?
Oh, Google.
And how have you liked working with Witness Security?
It's been great so far. You guys have been on time with all your service calls. You're answering all my questions. The price, you can't beat it compared to the other competitors here.
Oddly enough, I feel like I've stood there in the lawn where this guy is. I feel like I know this address of this house right here.
Oh, you can feel it?
No, I sincerely, I think I know where that house is. That's kind of funny. So if you're out there listening today and you're going, well, what am I supposed to do with this information? One is I encourage you to audit yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How consistent are you? 10 being the most and 1 being the least. Do you show up for all your staff meetings or do you skip them? Do you have an agenda for your meetings or do you just kind of make it up? Do you do what you say you're going to do? You do what you say you're going to do? Do you pay your taxes? Do you do the group interview every week? Do you start your meetings on time? Do you have an agenda for those meetings? Do you pay your taxes? Do you pay your taxes? Do you do the group interview every week? Do you, or just on the weeks where you feel good? I mean, if you have the sniffles, a little tummy ache, I mean, do you take Dayquil and make it happen, or do you just sort of mail it in? Do you pay your employees on time? Do you show up on time more often than not, or what area can you be more consistent? And I encourage you to write that down, because this win of the week wouldn't be possible without the coachability of Witness Tulsa Home Security. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up an audio. I've told you about Witness Security, and I've told you about what they do and bragged on them. But Keith wanted to take an opportunity to share about how my coaching or my team's coaching has helped him to take his business to the next level. And I thought, well, this seems like a 2-for-1 special right here. We could encourage the thrivers, and we could also let them know what it's like to be stuck with me as your coach for 3 years. I mean, what does that feel like, being stuck with a guy who's obsessed with consistency? I mean, what is that? Is it like having a drill sergeant come over and walk you and your family through PT every morning? Is it? I mean, what does it feel like to have me as a business coach?
Yeah, my name is Keith Schultz, and my company is Witness Security here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. For the past 18 months that we've been working with Clay, our growth was averaging pretty close to $10,000 a month on a regular basis. Shortly thereafter, we doubled that to close to $20,000, and now we're close to $40,000 on a regular basis every month. Clay has helped us increase our sales in every aspect when it comes to the calls that come into our business, helping us to hire people to be able to do that and follow a good script, setting up the appointments and how we do them when we go into the appointment, the sales pitch and how we do it, and then from then on forth, just the SEO and everything he's done has increased our sales exponentially. Clay has helped us grow our business in the aspects of individuals, how to hire people, how to manage people, how to necessarily organize our business, how to structure, the functioning of our business. Though we've been in business for close to 9 years at that time, Clay has revamped everything we do, to a much more better operational business than what it ever was before. Working with Clay is a little bit different than what you would find in most. Clay pushes you to the point you get out of your comfort zone. And as long as you continue to do what he asks you to do, you will continue to grow. But if you don't, then you won't. We heard about Clay Clark on the radio. My son heard it on the radio and had been listening to it for a couple weeks and said I ought to listen to it. Gave him a call, and within a day or so, Clay gave me a call and we came in for an interview. He's helped us in our search engine optimization by helping us with the actual Google ratings when it comes to being placed on the map in multiple locations so that we dominate the industry, on the map as well as organically, so that when people are searching in a variety of different words, we always pop up on multiple locations on the first page. That of which he did, it's a long process, but it works very well. And, Google, how their algorithms work, it doesn't change in what he does. So we are always on top. Clay has restructured everything we did when it comes to selling the security systems. Being a local company, we do things quite a bit different. And by doing so and restructuring everything he did in the 9 years that I was in business, trying to do it on my own, He came up with a package deal and within less than 10 minutes and revamped everything we do. If you're looking for coming to Clay Clark for asking him to help you grow your business, I can guarantee it'll be a success if you follow through with what he says. You know, you have to follow through with what he says in order to make it work. And so you have to come to the table making sure that you're going to do what he says. Be teachable, and you will be successful.
Well said, Keith Schultz. Now, if you're out there today and you're thinking about attending one of our in-person workshops, I have a warning for you that I want to just warn you. Once you start winning and that momentum of winning begins to happen where you grow every year and success begins to happen consistently, it is possible. I mean, you may just find yourself getting sick of winning.
We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
But you might not be a Tulsa Home Security company. Maybe you're a chiropractor. I mean, maybe you're a dentist. Maybe you're a doctor. I mean, I don't know. What industry are you in? I don't know. I mean, maybe you say, well, Clay, my industry is different. Maybe you're a home builder. Well, maybe you're a carpet cleaner. I tell you what, if you're a carpet cleaner, let me cue up the audio here of what one of our Thrivers has to say about how being consistent with implementing the system and consistent. All you have to do is be consistent in two areas. Be consistent with the quality and be consistent with implementing the system. Let me have this Thriver share with you about how being consistent with the quality and implementing the system has changed their life. This is a company based in Boston, in the Boston, Massachusetts area, called Angels Touch.
Hi, my name is Christina Nemus. I'm the owner and operator of Angels Touch Auto Body and Detailing in Bourne, Massachusetts. We have been working with Thrive and their coaching for, say, 8 to 9 months, and it took us about 5 to 6 months to get on the top of Google, and with their help with the website and marketing, and the SEO and retargeting ads with Google, and it has been phenomenal. We just have light and day business coming in, phone calls coming in, walk-ins, referrals. It's just through the roof, and we couldn't be happier. At the moment, we are up 50% this year from the previous year, and not only is that part of our own hard work and diligence, but also with the help of Thrive and what they've done for us and getting us on the top of Google and, you know, all their knowledge and coaching. And yeah, so super grateful, super pumped to see what the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
You say, well, what if I'm not a Massachusetts-based automotive repair shop? I mean, what if I'm a repair shop? What if I'm not a Tulsa Home Security company? I mean, what if I'm a home builder? Does that work for me? I mean, what if I'm a home builder? Well, I mean, we did help Shaw Homes grow from just under $40 million to $80 million. Think about that. Shh, don't share. If you begin to share this with people, what's going to happen is other people are going to become winners as well. Now, the cool thing about our program and the bad thing about our program is that I personally write every single business plan for great folks like you. And because my brain is not scalable, and I don't want to scale my brain, and I have 3 ways I can help you. One, I've got an online school. It's $19 a month. That is hot sauce. That'll change your life. It's go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go up there. Once you go to thrivetimeshow.com, are you there? Right, go to thrivetimeshow.com and you say, listen, dude, I don't have that kind of money. I can't afford one-on-one coaching. That's cool. That's why I built this for you. Click on Business School, and for $19 a month, click on Business School. You can have your life changed. You know, you can have your life changed. But you might say, well, you know, I would prefer to come to a workshop. Then do it. Book a ticket. It's $250. I'd love to come see you. The problem is I cap the attendance of our workshops. I try not to have more than 125 people, except for in December. Now, during December, I let it get wild, a little bit crazy. We bring in Michael Levine, the PR consultant for Nike and Prince and Michael Jackson, and we Rustic Cuff, the company she grew. Jill Donovan grew the company from 2 people to 125 plus employees. We're going to bring in some of my rowdy friends. We're going to have a blasty blast. We're going to have the attorney of choice for T.D. Jakes, the law firm of choice for T.D. Jakes and Life Church, Winters and King there. Wes Carter, the attorney at law with Winters and King. We're going to have great people in there. Or if you want one-on-one coaching, we only take on 160 clients. And you might say, well, why? Well, it's because I'm busy and I got 5 kids and I like to procreate and chase my wife around. I mean, it takes hours a day to procreate. I can't spend my time making business plans for 1,000 people. I've got to spend some time procreating. So calm down. You can go to thrivetimeshow.com and see if you can schedule a 13-point assessment. But as I'm thinking about procreation, let me go ahead and cue up this audio clip right now from a thriver out there who said, you know what? I am going to reach out for help. And let me share with you her story. This lady was a real estate agent, a startup, and she did over $23 million in sales in just 2 short years. Here we go.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love the building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things, the processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due. And Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
You might say, look, buddy, I am not in the real estate industry. I am not a home builder. I'm not an automotive repair shop in Massachusetts. I'm not these people. I'm a former school teacher, and I've never started a business before. I used to run a camp. I used to manage a camp. I'm a former school teacher. I don't know the first thing about entrepreneurship. Well, let me share with you a story about a former school teacher who's gone on to become a millionaire. Let me share with you the Clay Stairs story.
My name is Clay Stairs. I am the founder of claystairs.com and the Leadership Initiative. Growing up, as I went through middle school and as I went through high school, I was pretty much a big fish in a small pond. And so I felt I had an overinflated sense of self. So once I graduated from college, I might have been like a lot of folks, graduated from college terrified. So I ran to ministry, ran to the church really quick. From there, I jumped into being a school teacher. But all the while, I knew there was something more inside of me. I took over Shepherd's Fold Ranch, which was a summer camp and retreat center. But then once again, now here I am at about 47 years old, and I'm feeling like it's time. There's this shift beginning to go on. Like, okay, at this place, I've done what I've needed to do. It's time for me to expand. It's time for me to grow. But I didn't know anything about how to run my own business. As I made that shift from being the executive director of a nonprofit organization into running my own company, I found out really quickly where my weaknesses were. I've got to know something about sales and marketing and all those things that terrified me. And so it was about at that time when we were doing some fundraising for Shepherd's Fold Ranch that I met a young man named Clay Clark. Clay would tell me, It's just a formula. Do these things and out comes production, out comes money. I just didn't believe them. Yeah, it was probably just there in the first month, maybe 6 weeks with Clay, that I got my first speaking engagement. But when we started talking about money, I totally locked up and just said, I'll just come down and do it for free. But after that first few months, it was like I stepped off a cliff and all of a sudden everything stopped. And so Clay started talking to me about making phone calls and beginning to do that, and making 100 phone calls a day. It was like, are you kidding? No one has ever done that in the history of man. Thrive has provided this confidence that I didn't have before. And as a result, I've been able to turn a $2,500 or a $3,500 deal into $10,000 or $12,000 through working with Clay and working with Thrive. I've been able to look through the lens, not of my capacity, but I've been able to look through the lens of my destiny.
And you might say, look, buddy, I'm a chiropractor, okay? That's what I am. Stop it. I'm not a former school teacher. I'm a chiropractor. Can you help me?
My name is Jay Schroeder, and I am from Nashville, Tennessee. A lady I used for coaching told her I was looking for some sort of conference to get my mind thinking about business, and she found this, and I just flew out here a week later. No, I didn't think it was a scam. It piqued my interest because it's how I think. I think entrepreneurially, and it just, to me, right away it clicked. I've learned that our systems are not exactly where they need to be, and what we need to do, there's a plan in place. He has a plan in place to get you from where you are to where you need to go. It's great, man. It's not your typical corporate. It's got a phenomenal vibe. I love all the sayings on the wall. I love it. Love the smell. The smell outside is great. I love it. It's casual, but yeah, he knows exactly what he's talking about. There's nothing worse than standing and walking, listening to a guy in a suit rambling at you. Love it. Great presentation. Yeah, interaction's great. You definitely feel comfortable asking a question if you need to. Questions from the rest of the people in the audience also helps. I mean, maybe stimulate more questions that you have. If you have an entrepreneurial mindset and you're trying to get from where you are to where you want to go, you have to come to this. They don't need to upsell you. Their product speaks for itself. If it's what you're looking for, it's what you're looking for. I would recommend it to anyone who wants to build their brand, build their business. Just the day, not even 2-day session yet. I mean, I've already got 100 ideas that I want to implement. And I'd recommend it for anyone who has an entrepreneurial mindset and who wants to build their business.
You might say, Clay, listen, I know it works for these people, but I am a dirty communist. I'm a dirty communist, okay? Could you help me? I mean, I don't believe in capitalism. I believe in handouts. I believe that I should be paid based on the very virtue that I was born. I mean, based on the fact that I was actually born, I deserve a paycheck. I don't want, Clay, I have a bunch of degrees, and I want to get paid a lot of money. I feel entitled. I want to get paid. Could you help me? Could you help me? Clay, I am a dirty communist. Now, if you are a dirty, soul-sucking communist, you're welcome, you socialist morons who've taken half of my check. But you will not be successful. And socialism causes universal, mandated poverty. That's what that causes. So if you're out there and you want to feel the burn in 2020 and you want to talk about AOC and feeling the burn, and get off our show and go back to being poor, because all the handouts in the world can't help you up, because you, my friend, don't have the ability to get it done on your own. You lack internal motivation. You need external motivation. You can't be happy or sober or consistent or solvent because you need external motivation. And I can't help you if that's what you need. You maybe need something else. You need like electric shock treatment. You need to be waterboarded. You need a new haircut. I don't know what you need, but I can't help you. But if you're out there and you're a diligent doer and you're willing to be consistent, and you're willing to be consistent, and you're willing to be consistent, you've just said it 3 times. And if you're willing to be consistent, apparently that's a theme. If you're willing to be consistent and you have a practical education and you're willing to mix that with consistency, the practical skill. If you have a skill, if you have a product or a service that people actually want, that solves an actual problem for real people, and you're willing to do that consistently, adding a shovel of dirt to build that mountain. First, it's just a little mound, little silly little mound, little small little mound, and then it's all of a sudden kind of a hill, and all of a sudden it's a mountain. If you're willing to be consistent with your quality and follow my system, I promise you'll have success. But if not, go to a Bernie conference. Go to a Bernie rally. Bernie needs your money. Bernie's never had success. He needs your help. He needs your money. Help Bernie. Help AOC. Help these morons, because apparently with half of my check, they still don't have enough. And those are kind, encouraging words as we celebrate the consistency, the diligence, and the quality of Witness Tulsa Home Security. And now without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom!
Frick! What time is it? Where are my pants? Just turn. Oh yes, it's time to rise and grind. Oh yes, before the rooster crows. Oh yes, it's time to rise and grind. Oh yes, I wake up at 3 to get it all done. Got money on my mind and my wife's number one. Countercultural cause I am a Christian. In it for the long game or nothing. Get rich quick, nah, I don't do it. But if you got a real goal, I'll help you pursue it. Like Robbie Schneider, I'll be saying you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Have to seize the day at Carpe Diem, son. If you ever want to make them Benjamins. Success requires self-discipline. 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 I just said it 3 times in a row. Cause if you're looking for a real hero, you gotta look into me and my bro. Will you be a victim or a victor? I think we're missing it all. How bizarre. The resources you need aren't very far. You gotta get 3 jobs like I once did. Target Applebee's and DirecTV. Which meant I never watched TV. Cause I was on my grind like a 2-3. Or like that 12 to the TB. Do you feel, man? Like a petting zoo. Stick to your goals like glue. Like 80 hours per week pursue. And I am so to the serious. Because I ain't smoking delirious. I'm aware of cause and effect. And I know that your life could be wrecked. Or your life could be good and great. So what will you do today? Will you fill the schedule with nothingness? Or the middle with somethingness? While you're waiting for Santa and an elf, this just in, you could be helping yourself. Say no to the handouts, cause they hurt your pride. When you could be out working the other guy. What? When you could be out working the other guy. Who? When you could be out working the other guy. Yes. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Before the rooster crows. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Everybody singing now. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Before the rooster crows. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Verse 2 is short and life is 2. We better get started cause there's no redo. 38, ain't it great? I'm half dead, dude. I'm half dead, dude. Well, hell's bells. I'm gonna go take a nap.